Hello everyone and welcome to a new live review episode where I'm taking Sitefinity CMS for a ride. This will be the last review episode for this period since the upcoming vacations and the rest of the summer is pretty crazy for me, so I'm pretty sure that by September this year I won't be recording any new live reviews. So let's start the installation of our Sitefinity based project right now. Since the process takes some time, so I'm gonna talk a bit more about Sitefinity and about Enterprise CMS World while this is installing. So let's name our project podcast review. Okay, that's good enough. So next we'll select our trial license, and then we want to open the administration once the project has finished building, and you'll see that the project is being created, and once it's done it should launch a browser so that we can start building our website. So I don't know if you've heard about Sitefinity before or not, but Sitefinity is a product created by a company called Telerik, and it's basically an enterprise solution. So it's already done, so let's see what happens next. So, in the meantime, hold on a second. What's an enterprise solution comparing to a small to mid-sized company project? So, the requirements for enterprise level companies and enterprise level projects are much like expectations, and the budget are much higher than for small to mid-sized company projects. So along with like larger budgets and larger expectations comes perhaps a broader feature request and more responsibility in terms of strict SLAs, like service level agreements and stuff like that. So probably should be well prepared for the enterprise level projects before you get your hands on working on one. We're halfway there, I think, with our project setup. So the Sitefinity features are, they definitely go hand in hand with these requirements. So let's just check out the features list, and there's a PDF doc that's 21 pages long. So let's compare this quickly, this features list. So it's starting here on page 3, and then it goes all the way down to the last page. So that's a lots of features, and any CMS that I've reviewed in this review session, I guess that's like 7 or 8 different CMS systems, had like maybe, I don't know, 5 times less than Sitefinity. And of course, these features come with a cost. Unfortunately, I'm not able to let you know how much a Sitefinity based website would cost you, since it's a sort of a project based thing where you discuss your options like standard edition, professional, online marketing, or enterprise edition with sales, and then you decide which one suits best your project. And then there are no pricing here online, and I couldn't get anyone from the Sitefinity sales team to answer or provide me any kind of information about pricing. So what is the minimal price, what is the maximum price? It's certainly much more expensive than a couple of hundreds of dollars that some of the CMSs that I've reviewed sell for. So one way to compare like smaller size, smaller scale CMS systems that I've showed you before with this one is like zooming out of a solar system to a galaxy, and this CMS system touches so many spheres of online publishing that it's so much more than the CMS itself. So let's see, how are we doing with our project startup? So let's create an administrator. I had to set up a Windows machine for this recording, since Sitefinity is .NET based and it's not working on my Mac, obviously. So it's been lots of work for me. Not having much experience with .NET, and I've switched to Mac from Windows 5 or 7 years ago. And I think that this is going to take some more time. And another measure of how large the system is might be the buyout. Telerik company was sold in October, I guess, sometime in October 2014 to a company called Progress for $262.5 million. And this Progress software basically both not only Sitefinity but some other projects that a Telerik company has that includes hold on a second. Yeah, there's a Kendo, I think, let's find the mention. But buying an access to developer community of over 1.4 million people is a reason enough to buy such a company. So what else is different with Sitefinity versus small scale CMS systems is that they have a refined processes each step of the way. So as soon as you sign up and download, you click this try now button, and then you're filling out the forms and downloading a fresh installation like I did, and etc. So that rolls out a mailing campaign that helps you set up from day to day. So during your 30-day trial period, you have like an abundance of material to guide you through the process, and they basically try to sell you the solution. And the onboarding process is really, they've thought about everything. So if you go to resources, you'll be able to see like lots of white papers, like there's training and certifications. There are companies such as Falafel Software that you can hire to guide you and your team through, learning how to use Sitefinity to create your next project. And then there's a ton of resources, like there's blogs, a very rich documentation, which, if you go and look at a simple example like how to create a page, is so detailed that it's almost too much. So like on the main menu, choose pages, the pages page opens, so it's that detailed. It, both tell you what to do and what to expect when you do it. So there are forums, a really alive and breathing place full of questions and answers by the developer community, and there are videos for everything, and etc. So like the documentation and like the training is superb. So on top of that, there are webinars. So if you go to upcoming webinars, you'll see that there's one on July 20th. I'm not sure, but I believe there's one each month, and you're able to subscribe for free, and then you get to see the CMS in action, and you get to ask the questions to an expert after the webinar ends. So huge plus. Plus there are specific tools that let you use the system in a more effective way, such as Sitefinity Thunder. That's like a Visual Studio, like an add-on. I'm not sure if that's the correct like term, but I'm gonna show you that in a minute. And this is, it's done. So let's save this password, and we have our website installed, like our project installed, and it took some time. I'm not sure, it's 16 minutes into the ongoing transmission. So yeah, perhaps it's a bit faster if you have a faster PC, but this definitely took some time. So let's first check out the Visual Studio, shall we? Manager. So by right-clicking and clicking Edit in Visual Studio, it should open up our project there. And we're not going to spend too much time in Visual Studio. This is the place that you probably are not going to visit too much, except for styling the template and for basic templating. But I guess that for a majority of websites, you'll have everything you need to build the website within the CMS itself. So if you want to create like a widget, something like that, then you'd probably use this Visual Studio and Thunder as your helper. But other than that, probably you won't. So this is the Thunder add-on I talked to you about a bit earlier. So in case you'd like to start, and create a new Sitefinity item, so there are custom modules, with or without a predefined like templates, and then if you want to create like a website template, there's a video that kind of helps you through that process. So it's all in line here.
Sitefinity website templates consist of two components, a master page used to define the page templates, and one or more theme folders that define the style and layout for the site. Sitefinity Thunder can assist.
As an intro, would be a good thing if I showed you. So let's switch back to our browser. Here we are. So like Sitefinity's main vision is to understand what, as they said, market forces, and then use that knowledge to shape their vision. So some of the things that you may or may not be aware of is that customers of large enterprise companies are basically more and more bypassing marketing and sales, which limits companies' ability to influence the customer journey. So that's why it's important that when that customer arrives to the company's website, they have like a best possible experience, and you as a company owner or marketing expert want to make sure that their journey is like the best possible. So Sitefinity is a tool that should help you with realizing that vision. So starting from an easy content management where a marketer without help of a programmer is able to create complex pages, even data structures, and then is able to translate the collected data into marketing insights using multiple tools, even some external integrations, then it's basically a dream come true for a digital marketer, and something that obviously enterprise level clients or companies use to better suit their mission, which is to serve their clients in the best possible way. So Sitefinity also is able to serve content to different platforms, and not only to a desktop web or websites viewed from desktop devices, but also mobile devices and various other channels, social networks, RSS feeds, and whatnot. And there's analytics tools that are built in, and also there's a built-in integration with Google Analytics as well that will help you to understand what's going on with your website at any time. And as I said, there are lots of tools, like third-party tools, that you can use with Sitefinity, that you have a Sitefinity as a platform prepared to share and analyze data along with these systems. So pretty advanced stuff here, and if this is something that your company needs, your company will invest in such an awesome tool. So let's get back to our having a hard time to navigate the windows. So yeah, this is Microsoft Visual Studio. Here I am. Cool. So your data is here. There's instructions on how to do anything, and I'm not going to create any new website templates or something like that, since that's too time consuming, and believe me, it's not hard to understand how it's done given the inline help and the written help and whatnot. There's help along the way everywhere. So let's get back to our administration panel, which is here. I should probably close out this one so that it doesn't bother me anymore. So the first thing that you want to do with your new website is to create a couple of pages, and that will allow you to view your first website page in a preview mode. So there are no pages created yet. The first page that you create should perhaps be a home page, and this usually takes a lot less longer once you create the first page, and once you start using the CMS. I'm assuming that it does some kind of caching in the background, so that's why it becomes faster. So let's create our home page, and there are various options for you here. We're just going to mention briefly. You're able to set like multiple URLs for this page, and then various options such as show it or hide it from the site-wide navigation, and there's an SEO built-in, so things like less than 70 characters are recommended. Comes from the best SEO practices recommendations. So when you type here, this is what will be shown over here, like in browser title bar, and this is actually what's going to be written in header title tags. And so you notice that this little counter here counts the number of characters. That makes it easy for me to see if I'm near the recommended limit, and if I cross it, it turns red, though it won't prevent me from entering the longer title if I like to enter it. So you're able to select a template here. Lots of layouts provided out of the box, but when you basically select this one for example, when you enter or create your own template, it'll show here, and then you import it by use your own .master file, and then you're able to use it. We won't do that because, like I said, it's too time consuming. So let's create our new page using this template, and then there are furthermore interesting SEO options here to set, and like more advanced options, like if you want to, for instance, force a user to use SSL like HTTPS or any number of other options. It's all available for you here, and you can include extra head HTML and stuff like that. So let's create our page and return to pages. It's shown here, and then if I click live site right now, so yeah, I guess it's not published, right? It's not published. And within the actions, I can select publish without having to go in a detailed page editing mode. So right now it's published, and if I refresh, it should show up here. Again, it's running slow, but hopefully it will become faster a bit later. So let's go ahead and edit this page so that it has some content. Right now it should open like only a blank page. To see these containers as defined by our template, and let's just add text. Just do content block and then edit. So text, let's format it as H1 and save, and then publish. And like I expected, there's a blank page here, but if I refresh, it should have our text that I just entered. Let's not wait for it, but instead create a couple of more pages, so it's easy to create pages based off of previously created pages. So if I click duplicate, it should create a duplicate of my home page, which I can easily edit to create a new page that's similar to the previously created one. So, demo. Let's call this about us. And then create and go edit, add content or edit content. So let's just say that this is like, click edit, of course. And then say about us, and then I might have some text. I could have go and insert some content. Specify the title for the image and the alt tag. And if you do all that, tagging the image is also important. And since it'll be easier for you to search and find various graphic material in your media library if you do so. So basically, that's it. I'm not sure if I can recite this right now. Should be able to. I have to done that in the image editor. I'm able to select the size here, since each image that you upload can be used in any of these formats, which are configurable through another CMS editing section. So let's use 200 by 200 and then insert, and that's much nicer. So let's publish, and then right now we don't have a way to reach our About Us page since we don't have a navigation, but it's easy to add a navigation element, but I want to edit that element on a template level. So I'm going to go over to a page templates section, and it's pretty easy to notice that this is the template that we need to edit, since it has 2 pages that are using it. And then the editing is pretty much the same as page editing. All you have to do is drag a widget. So we need navigation, drop it here, and it already pulled in the data, publish, and if we're lucky, we should see our navigation about here. Alright, here it is. And if I click About Us, it takes me to the About Us page. And it did. So, that's kind of a base page editing and template editing, and it was pretty much enough for me to realize that there are no things that are hidden in the UI. The UI is pretty easy to use. Everything is explained. If I'm not sure what to do or how to create anything, a documentation is pretty well written, so I'm able to find my way around without wasting too much time. And you know, if that's not enough, there's a community, there's also a help, like within the Telerik company that's available for you, and that's like pretty as a developer, I would feel pretty secure and sure that I'm gonna meet the project deadlines if I use Sitefinity to build my project. So let's check out the content management section and use that as a guide for the next couple of minutes. So I've already mentioned the way that content can be edited. So you can also edit your content inline, though it's not really too representative without having like a nicer template than this one. But basically you're able to edit your website inline while previewing at the same time how it's going to look. So I've just created a small tweak, corrected this typo that I've had here, and that's about it. But what's really important at the company level is digital assets management, or DAM for short. So it's that important that companies often buy separate software systems to manage their digital assets. And with Sitefinity, you get your own DAM structure, well, in a package, so to speak. So if we navigate to, say, document and files section, I love the background noise too loud. Sorry about that. Hopefully you were able to hear what I'm speaking, but let's go back to our library. So it might not be too impressive, the web interface by itself, but what's nice is the Sitefinity Project Manager software that you install. Yeah, this is the manager, but I was hoping to Sitefinity desktop application, that's the one. So I was already connected, and let's see, how do I reconnect? Alright, new site, and then I need to specify site URL, which is this, I guess. And then I'm gonna need this, and then provide my element and password. And I guess that should work. And I'm gonna make this one a default site. So I'm able to manage multiple websites with this application. So, yeah. I wonder if I'm connected. Alright, I need to switch my website like this. That's good to know. Yeah, this is one. So I'm able to browse my media library right now, and this is the place where you want that. You know, this is the app that you want to use to manage your libraries. So let's say that you want to create, like, I don't know, let's just call it imagery. And then it's super easy to navigate. And then if you want to upload files, it's easy as drag and dropping the folder with your data. So let's drag and drop our gallery here, and it's already uploaded, and it's here. So if you go back to your browser and go to an images section, you should see the images available there. Unfortunately, the one user can be logged in at one app only at the same time. So I'm gonna try and upload some more stuff on here. So if I want to upload like PDF libraries, I have like my wireframes over here, PDF wireframes, some videos. Actually, let's do videos in the videos section. Audio as well. Let's drag that to audio section. And then let's log out the user from the desktop app so that we can use the app from the browser again. And yes, our imagery is here. You can view it, you can filter it, you can pretty much see, it doesn't allow me to edit from this interface. Like I said, you can be logged in only at one place. So I'm pretty impressed by the possibility to provide a marketing expert as a user with this tool, so that he or she can upload, document you how easy it is to, for instance, create a gallery, image gallery. So all you do is you grab your image gallery and drop it, and you can limit what's this right there by using the provided controls. Also, you can limit what's displayed and which way, and like what happens with a single item. So let's publish this and go back to home page. And look quickly at what other widgets are available. We're not going to test each and every one of them, but let's just mention that there are things such as social share that you can add to the footer, and then specify what's in there. So these defaults are also configurable from settings section, and pretty easy to manipulate. For instance, let's add, like we have in CMS podcast website, CMS podcast website. Let's add like events section over here, and then specify that we want to have like I don't know, all events with settings of only 2 latest items, and then single item settings. Yeah, let's just use this. And then publish. And then to be able to see the events, we need to go to the events section and create some. So let's just copy a few of our events over there. So I'm copying the title. Wonder where's my gallery section. Let's finish creating the events first. It's a bit sluggish. This is the only thing that bothers me. So this is not like a slow PC. It has SSD and everything, but it's still pretty slow. I mean, it's not a beast, but it's something that you might expect that a person in office will have. So let's set the start for today. Let's leave it like this. And then summary. Just same thing over here and then publish. Let's grab the other one. And this is on August 23rd. That's about it. I might select like state, and then see, let's go down, and then click publish. So it's all published, and then if I refresh, I'm hoping to see the events here in the right hand side column, and here they are. So apparently each of these has its own web page. If I want to view more details, leave comments, and I could browse to that page. But let's quickly check what happened with our image gallery. Let's see. Publish. And one more thing I'd like to do is actually make sure that the images are set to publish state for it here. So gallery. I guess the only other thing that I can think of is that they are in the subfolder which prevents the gallery widget in accessing those files, and then that for a second. And settings to all anyway. Fine, it's not working. Let's try to do this. And refresh. And here are my images. And we click through. And it's behavior. What happens after you click is all configurable, and right now it's set to so that each image has its own page, but you know the system is so versatile that you can do anything you possibly want. What else is there left to say about the system? Yeah, there's also, you know, a form builder, but you know, we're nearing an hour of our live transmission, so you know, you can assume that it's pretty easy to create forms that you can publish on your website. So you know, it's not like too time consuming, I guess. So let's just do that as one last thing. So it's all you have to do is like click create a form, and then have a title survey, and then go create content, and then you just drag and drop form elements over here. You can set the parameters such as, you know, anchor text. Let's just say first name, and then you're able to see that you're able to limit what data should be entered. Like, for instance, if we say age, then we can set limitation that it accepts only number from, I don't know, 13 to 130. And if someone enters more than 130, and then this is the submit button, and if you click preview, it lets you preview this, submit. I'm not sure if it's actually going to, yeah, no validation so far, but you may, you know, you need to publish it and then include it in one of your pages and stuff like that. But all in all, Sitefinity is a superb tool, like probably one of the best CMS solutions out there that will let you build anything, but it comes with a price. It's an enterprise level tool, so you know, if you're a developer that's currently working in like a world where you're dealing with small to mid-sized project on a daily basis, or you're a company owner that plans on migrating to doing business with enterprise level companies, you will probably need to switch the tools that you're using. And if in any way, in any case, you end up choosing Sitefinity as your tool for a project, you can rest assured that it will serve you well in building your project. And like with any other tools, I guess it's important to focus and specialize by using one tool for the majority of your projects so that you can become expert in using that tool, instead of using many tools and not being an expert. You'll probably be just an average user then. But in my experience, if there is such a thing as a holy grail CMS, this is the closest thing to it. So this will allow you to build almost anything. So until the next live review, I salute you. Have a great summer and take care. Bye.